Sterling again, how are you today?
I'm good. How about you?
I am tired. I'm ready for this week to be over with.
I am too.
And I'm reading the paper here, front page. It says, bad for the roads. What's going on?
Well, I attended the last Luce County commissioners meeting, and one of the things that they discussed is the possibility of amending the ordinances for ORVs, ATVs, because there's an issue with the pavement being broken up at the edge by the shoulder.
Right.
And so this is not something that is automatically being changed. This is something that's going to be in the works.
Oh, okay.
Because they want to get some more information from some of the other counties and townships and what they are doing, because ORVing is a big part of the UP in the summer and the fall, and so they're just trying to come up with a better solution to so that the pavement isn't getting damaged. So Stuart McTiver, who's the Luce County Road Commission engineer and manager, was there to just discuss the possibility of getting the vote to amend the ordinance. There was a member of the public that spoke. He represents the E-Court of Luce County, which is educating to control off-road damage. And apparently they have a lot of brochures printed every year.
So there's an organization with that name?
Yeah, it was started, I believe, in 2006. Jim Bretner was there to represent the E-Court, and they have the informational pamphlets that they have different places for people to realize what the laws are for ORVs in Michigan and in Luce County. But anyway, he spoke, and he said that he's concerned that if the ordinance is changed, it would allow the ORVs to drive right on the road.
And they can't do that, can they?
No, they're supposed to ride to the right of the.
Okay.
There's some specific, and I have it in the article.
Okay.
I made sure to have that in there so people understand. And the speed limit, the maximum speed limit is 25. So anyway, some of the proposed changes would be for them riding, in the road, and then also the speed limit would be raised to 35.
Okay.
So right now in the ordinances, it says that to operate, they would be operating on the far right of the maintain portion is what it currently says, but they would change it so that they right on the center of the maintain road.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a car then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw there's another county right now. I don't know if it was Schoolcraft, somewhere nearby, where they're also talking about this as well. So I know that there's other counties that are looking at things like this.
Yeah, it's just, and like Jim Bretner says, he said, we're not anti-ORV. We want to have, to educate people. And not have things damaged. Because he was saying that there was a $20,000 fine one time for ORVs that were running through on private property, like a marshland, and the person that operated the ORV and illegally was fined like $20,000.
And that would have been through the DEQ at the time, or Eagle. I mean, for disturbing.
Yeah, but
marsh.
I mean, it was right here in the court here.
Oh, was it?
Yep,
okay.
Yep, they were fined $20,000 because they violated the ordinance. So that was discussed at the meeting, and they're going to kind of look into some of the other county ordinances and that type of thing, but nothing is set in stone yet.
Nothing's set.
And they said it'll be quite a while until.
Sure.
So
let's talk about the tackle party that took place last weekend.
Yes, I stopped by the tackle party. It was on Saturday in the gym, and I went to that tackle party when I was a kid.
You did?
Yep, it went every year, and you got a tackle box or a fishing pole or something like that. But of course, with COVID, it had been they hadn't had it in a couple of years.
Put on hold, right?
And so it was nice to go there, and the bleachers were full.
That's great.
And when I got there, they were giving out the prizes, and so it's just really nice to see that back again, because it's something I remember as a kid, and this was the 65th year that they did it. So, and that's put on by the Tequamanon Sportsman's Club. So.
Okay, because I know that in past years they've seen the numbers kind of come down.
Yeah,
as interests change, but to see the pictures and hear what you've had to say about it, it's good to hear that there was a large number of people with their kids, to show up.
And I'm hoping that they'll continue to do it, because it's a tradition here.
Yeah.
And it's nice to encourage youth to
get outside. Fish.
Yeah, and that's something the Sportsman's Club's been doing back in the 40s, they did that. They started the Teaspoon Creek. Portions of the Teaspoon Creek were reserved for kids 16 and under.
Okay.
And that was the parents of the members of the Sportsman's Club that pushed to get that going. So it's been a tradition to get kids interested in fishing and hunting in the outdoors here.
Sure.
So
that's great. That's great. Now, one other event that I was able to attend was the chamber dinner that the Newberry Area Chamber of Commerce held last Friday?
Yeah, last Friday.
Okay, it's been some week.
Yeah, and that was another event that hadn't been held in a couple years. So that's back, and they gave out some awards.
Yeah.
It was a 1920s theme. That was originally in 2020. If they would have been able to have the banquet, it would have been a 20s theme. So being it's still the 2020s, they continued. They went ahead and had the 1920s theme, and people. It was nice to see all the everybody dressed up in most everybody was dressed up in the 1920s attire.
I didn't have any 20s attire.
I had some in a trunk at home, but you
didn't want to pull it out.
I didn't want to pull it out.
What I thought was interesting, what was neat was you see business owners, community leaders, and things like that, typically that you see in their work environment, but here people were able to kind of let their hair down.
Yeah.
Dress up and just have a nice evening. We didn't talk business.
No.
Or anything like that. It was more getting to just be friends and just hang out together and have dinner.
Yeah, and we had a table, and and we were there and had a good time. But they gave out some awards. The Employer of the Year was given to Jim and Jan Goldthorpe for the Quality Inn and Suites. Mm-hmm. They got the Employer of the Year. The Student Citizen of the Year was Newberry High School senior Lola Depew. The Citizen of the Year was Elizabeth Magnuson, and friend of the chamber was the owners of Northern Sand and Gravel, the Van Slotens, and the Business of the Year was Andy Sini Bar. They had a lot of renovations and things going on out there, so they got the Business of the Year.
Business of the Year.
Yep. So
so we'll wrap this thing up. What are some of the things that you are working on for next week's paper?
Well, a little update on the McMillan Township Board that was held Monday.
Okay.
They had a few things going on. There was some residents of County Road 500 sharing their concerns with the announcement that the road has been closed. And we're going to have an article about a native of Alaska who's actually rooted here in Newberry.
Oh.
She's a star softball player.
Okay.
And in Alaska, and she's got grandparents here in Newberry, and she's going to be going off to college soon, so we'll have an article on that. A few other things in the works. So.
All right, there's always something in the works. All right, we'll wrap this up. We'll stop here, and we'll do it again next week. Have a great weekend.
You too.